In recent years, the new energy automobile industry has been developing rapidly, and the demand for new energy vehicles at home and abroad has increased dramatically. At this time, it is even more important to do a good job of controlling the quality of automobile products. Otherwise, it will be faced with a high frequency of automobile failures, and even jeopardize the safety of the owner, such as overheating of the power battery, spontaneous combustion, and other problems. No matter whether it is hot high-temperature environment or cold low-temperature seasons, the power battery needs to be regulated and controlled by a set of complete thermal management system. In the cold winter, the owner of a 2018 Geely DHOW EV450 reacted that when the ignition switch was turned on, the instrument ready light was on, the no system fault light was on, and the power battery heat exchanger solenoid valve was found to be not working. As a maintenance technician, how should you start to deal with this kind of failure? 1. We have 3 learning objectives for this course, which are: 1. Learn about power battery heat production methods, the classification of cooling systems, and the consequences of thermal runaway. 2. Master the composition and working principle of the direct-cooled system of the power cell Geely DHOW EV450. 3. Master the composition and working principle of power battery thermal management heat production system. 2. We are going to learn today's lesson in 3 parts. Part I. Recognition of thermal performance of power battery. 1. The process of thermal runaway in batteries. Rising temperatures within the battery pack seriously affect the operation of the pack's electrochemical system, cycle life, charge acceptability, pack charging and discharging power and energy, safety and reliability, which seriously affects the safety and reliability of the battery system, such as Figure 1 for the process of thermal runaway of the battery. 2. Power battery heat production mode: reaction heat, side reaction heat, polarization heat, Joule heat. Part 2. Power battery cooling system. 1. There are 3 main cooling methods for power batteries. 1. Natural air cooling, a method of cooling and heat dissipation that does not rely on external additional forced ventilation measures, but only through the airflow generated by the fluid change generated by the battery pack itself. The effect of heat dissipation is extremely poor, and the minimum temperature of the battery pack heat dissipation can only reach the ambient temperature, suitable for lithium iron phosphate power battery, which is not sensitive to high temperature. 2. Liquid cooling. The coolant directly or indirectly touches the power battery and then carries away the heat generated inside the battery pack through the circulating flow of the liquid fluid. The main ingredient of coolant is a mixture of water and glycol, which dissipates heat well. 3. Direct cooling adds air conditioning refrigerant cooling to liquid cooling. Direct cooling of the coolant by means of refrigerant R134A or other media in the air conditioning system. The heat dissipation effect is very good. Geely DHOW all models widely used to carry the power battery heat dissipation. The direct-cooled cooling system of the Geely DHOW EV450 consists of an electric compressor, an electronic expansion valve, a condenser, a circulating water pump, an electronic expansion valve, a plate change module, a battery cooling solenoid valve, a water temperature sensor, a 4-way valve, a blower, an air conditioning controller, integrated body controller, and air conditioning cooling lines. When the cab needs to be cooled, electronic expansion valve 1 opens and electronic expansion valve 2 closes. When the power battery needs to be cooled, electronic expansion valve 1 closes and electronic valve 2 opens. When the power battery and the cab need cooling at the same time, the electronic expansion valves 1 and 2 open, while the 4-way valves AB end and CD end go through, and the AC and BD do not go through. When the temperature of the power battery continues to rise to 50 degrees centigrade and then the temperature does not come down, The air conditioning controller will control the electronic expansion valve 1 to close, regardless of whether the cab needs cooling or not. Part 3. Power battery heating system. In the case of the Geely DHOW F450, for example, the power cell heating system consists of components such as a water heating PTC, a warm air water pump, a warm air core, a blower, an air conditioning controller. 2021 Geely DHOW F450 air conditioning controllers are integrated into the body controller and air conditioning heating lines. Battery heating only occurs in the charging stage of new energy vehicles. When the temperature of the power battery is less than 5 degrees centigrade, the air conditioning controller will control the PTC to heat the cooling water, and then heat the power battery through the water pump and the plate change module. And when the temperature of the power battery is greater than 10 degrees centigrade, it stops the PTC heating function. At this time, the pipeline of the four-way valve AC passes, BD passes, AB does not pass, and CD does not pass. In this course, we have studied the thermal management system of the power battery of new energy vehicles from the above three aspects. I believe you have a good understanding of the whole knowledge point. In the next class, we will learn the operation of the solenoid valve detection of the power battery heat exchanger in detail. Thank you very much.